What is going on, travelers, and welcome to the No Man's Sky Beginner's Guide. We're going to go ahead and get you started on setting up your gameplay before you get into the game. We're going to go ahead and go over the options. And kind of peeking in the general, this is where you can set up your HUD to be on and off if you're doing some challenges. Your damage numbers, your temperature, changing your handedness to left or right-handed, and your auto torch, which is your flashlight, which you'll get quick. Hold on, I'm having a brain fart right now. Where your flashlight will come on automatically, and there's a little quick menu where you can turn that on and off. So if you want it off right before you get in the gameplay, you can go ahead and do that. Displaying graphics, you can go ahead and set that up as well before you jump in the game. Whether you want it standard, enhanced, high, or ultra. Whether or not you need to fix the resolution or your monitor to be primary, if you want it to be borderless. This is all totally up to you. I do recommend having it on something that's native to your monitor rather than having something that's ultra, which may have your system run a little too much to the point where you're not going to have good frames within game. If you're on console, I think that's a totally different issue. It depends on your TV. So when you're going over the network, if you don't want anyone in multiplayer, you make sure you disable this thing. Voice chat, you just turn that right off, and you should be good to go in terms of you not being bothered by other players. Accessibility, I think that kind of speaks for itself. You kind of just turn things on and off and disable them. If you want visual settings to be any specific way you want, if you want controls to be, I don't know, hold to confirm, hold for important, or you can just turn that right off. It depends on what you need it for. Camera was not what I was expecting in terms of if you want the specific eye level, if you want on-foot camera to be a specific thing, like you have normal, inverted. Those are your two options. Flight controls, we will touch on more when we get into flight in a future episode, where you can fly inverted, which is down is up is down. Normal is just up is up, down is down. Third person camera movement, there's follow, and there, oh my god, the mouse is just messed up right now. You have manual, and then you have follow, if the mouse will let me do it. So more than likely, that'll just be kind of noticeable. It wasn't really noticeable when I first started with it. Other than that, let's go ahead and move on. Another right-handedness right there on the bottom. Camera shake, you can diminish that to, I believe, I want to say 50%. Oh, can we? Oh, we can get rid of that completely. Just remember to go ahead and hit apply when you kind of make those changes. If you haven't made any changes, just right-click out. Controls, on the other hand, like if you want to remap the stuff, you know what to do in a specific aspect. You'll go ahead and go right to it. It's going to ask you hold down the key button or access if you want to assign, and you can just tap to cancel if you don't want to do that, but you already know that. And that's for on foot, quick menu, and flight controls, all that good mess. And the exocraft too. I can't forget about the exocrafts. Whoop, I already clicked out of it. You don't need to view the credits, but that's setting your game up even before you jump in. Now there's two modes. There's play game, which is going to be your single mode, and multiplayer. With multiplayer, it can be you and a bunch of friends invited. You can host your own session. If you need to show your No Man's Sky friend code, then boom, there it is. Just go under my No Man's Sky friend code, and then your friend code will appear. If you want to add No Man's Sky friends, so that way they can be on the same session or lobby as you go ahead and enter that code that you kind of see there that's similar into, you actually can't see me highlighted, can you? In this spot right up here, once you type that in, it'll be on your friends list. You just host a new session, and you should jump right in the game. Initialize, and all of you will be in the same spot. Now, let's go for single player, on the other hand. Once you get into a new game, it's going to ask you whether or not it's going to be normal mode, relaxed mode, creative, community expedition, custom, or survival. Let's go ahead and get started with the simple one, normal mode. Normal mode means you're going to have your inventory with 9,999 of specific resources. Once you pick them up, that'll be your limit. You're pretty much going to go through the storyline, and you can find sentinels. You're just going to go through the whole normalization of No Man's Sky as is, without tweaking any of the controls. If you want to do relax, that's more of a, I don't want to say a vanilla or a stripped down version of No Man's Sky. It's more of a, relaxed version of No Man's Sky, where you're not going to fight sentinels. Everything's going to be free. It's just enough for you to go out and explore as much as you please. There's 256 galaxies, billions of star systems. You're going to be more than overwhelmed with exploration at this point. Then there's creative, where you have again, everything free, in order for you to build. So you can build anything you want. There's no limit. Just put a base computer down, start building. Then there's Community Expedition, where there will be community expeditions coming up, like the recent one. If you're watching this now, as of the recording of this video, we should be in either week 3 or week 4 of Expedition 10 Singularity of No Man's Sky Interceptor. So, actually it says it has 3 weeks left. So if you're going to go ahead and jump into the expedition, it's similar as jumping into, well, kind of like normal mode, but the difference is everything's going to be given to you to kind of get you to start out in the game. And once you finish the expedition, you're giving specific rewards, and you can kind of move through a normal save after that. Custom is something that's also new, just like relax mode, where you can kind of customize it to either be permadeath, where in permadeath, if you die, that's it. Everything is gone. You have to start from scratch again. Or if you want everything free, but you still want the challenges of normal mode, you can do that too. Or if you want to be a little bit more relaxed, and you can configure it to any which way you want. And then there's survival. That's kind of in between permadeath and normal mode. Well, you'll have its survival challenge, more hazards, smaller inventory, increased costs. So that whole shebang. But if you die, you're not going to start all over again. You're just going to kind of go back to your last save and continue on from there. And that's normal mode in a nutshell. Then you'll go ahead and initialize. Well, we'll go ahead and get a... What am I trying to say? We're going to go ahead and get a new game started just to show you. So let's say you're jumping to normal mode. It's going to go through a whole sequence. Any moment now. Oh, there it goes. So the logo is going to come up, and it's going to be, give or take, maybe a good 15 to 30 seconds of you kind of waiting for the game to load. This is depending on whether or not you're on console or on PC. So you just give it a little bit of time, and it should be a white screen that comes up, and it's going to ask you to push an input on your controller or on keyboard, depending on which one you're playing on, and an animation is going to play. Like I said, this is going to take a moment. You just got to give it time. And it's still going. I'll be sure to cut this part out. So oh, no, actually I won't. So there it is right there. Beginning initialization. You'll just go ahead and hit the input button, like I said. That comes up, and there is the animation. Stick around for the next episode, as we're going to go ahead and get you settled onto your new planet and show you what you need to do. Go beyond, traveler.
Shield kinetic system online.